Hey, how y'all doing out there? This is Easy Work Boxing. About to hit you everywhere, but under your feet with this one. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Please hit that notification bell if you want to see more of the videos. Now, this, I'm speaking once again about the Terence Crawford and Gary Russell Jr. situation. Also, we're going to talk about more. So feel free if you coming in, you want to talk about more. But they are really going at it. I like Terence Crawford's response to what Gary Russell Jr. said, and he spoke of other parts that Gary Russell Jr. did not bring up. Like Gary Russell Jr. never mentioned that he was out there and he got whooped in sparring too. And that was the reason that he was upset himself and ended up punching Terence Crawford. Now, this is coming from the words of Terence Crawford. Y'all check out the Fight Hype video. Shout out to Fight Hype. And Terence is saying basically that, yeah, you got me. We had a confrontation. I turned my head for a minute. He said he was talking to the coach, telling the coach, hey, let me and Gary get in together. And the coach was like, nah, that ain't happening. And at that moment, Gary snuffed him. Terence admitted it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's being a man, coming out and saying what happened. But, like I said in my earlier video about this situation, I feel that Gary Russell Jr., what was really the point in bringing this up? And I understand that Gary Russell Jr. is going older in age. Man, this man need to fight. He got a family to feed. But I feel like that was unnecessary. I got a lot of respect for Gary Russell Jr. I also got a lot of respect for him, just like I got for Terence Crawford. But I just feel like at that time, what was the point in putting that out there? Now, we all know that if Gary Russell was to fight Terence Crawford at 147, Gary Russell would get beat up. I think we all know that. We all should know that. Longer reach, bigger guy. It don't matter how fast your hands is. You're still a smaller guy. You at 126 right now. You're trying to move up to 135. I mean, it don't take a rocket scientist to know that Gary Russell Jr. wouldn't stand no chance against Terence Crawford. So to even mention this, he is bringing spotlight upon himself, but it's unnecessary spotlight because you can't even fight Terence Crawford right now. You're not even the same weight class as Terence Crawford. You bring nothing to Terence Crawford. And I'm just being real on both ends. I like both of these dudes, but he brings nothing to Terence Crawford. Nothing. What would it be for Gary Russell Jr. to move up to 147 and Terence Crawford beat him? People will say the same thing as people should be saying about Errol Spence and Mike Garcia. He was supposed to win that fight. That wouldn't be a challenging fight. So on my opinion of it, I just feel Gary Russell Jr. brought it up at the wrong time. It was unnecessary to even speak of that. Terence is not finna move down to fight no Gary Russell Jr. It's not a big payday for one. And there's no disrespect. People don't understand. They want Terence to go fight here, there, and everywhere. Terence already told people, I'm motivated by the belts. I want the belts. I don't want to go and fight nobody who don't have no belt. He already said that. But people keep saying, oh, Terence ain't fought nobody. Terence ducking Virgil Ortiz now. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Virgil Ortiz offers him nothing. No more than a name. He beats Virgil Ortiz. Oh, he was unexperienced. If Virgil Ortiz would have been a more experienced fighter up and coming years, he probably would have beat Terence Crawford. That's what they're going to say. So why? Why waste his time? If Ortiz had a belt, yeah, I can see it. This man don't have a belt. He has fought nobody. He has fought nobody. And then now we have the Errol Spence Jr., Danny Garcia fight coming up all the way in November. I don't know why they had to schedule it all the way in November. I understand we got upcoming fights coming up in a couple of months, you know, in September, October, and things of that nature. But come on, man. Who wants to wait 4 months? 4 months to see this fight. That's the only thing I don't like about this fight. Waiting all this time when we've been hungry for boxing for months. For months. You know, give us a closer date. Let it at least be in the end of September. The end of September at least. Why we gotta wait 4 months for that fight? And like I told y'all, I don't believe the Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury 3 fight will be happening. I picked Anthony Joshua to beat Tyson Fury. You know, a lot of people ain't gonna agree with that. I think that Anthony Joshua is big enough, strong enough, has the boxing ability, the attack, body attack, head attack to beat Tyson Fury. Anthony Joshua is a combination puncher. Good boxing pedigree, amateur pedigree. You know, a lot of people gonna look at it like Deontay Wilder couldn't beat him. The power of Deontay Wilder. Power is not what's gonna beat Tyson Fury. You need more than power to beat Tyson Fury. And AJ has everything there is to beat him. And I think AJ is gonna come out victorious in that fight, if they should fight. But from what I understand, AJ is going to fight. I can't think of what is his name. It's something with a B or something like that. He's going to fight this guy, but he won't be fighting Tyson Fury no time soon. But I got AJ either way it go. If AJ fight Tyson Fury, I got AJ all the way. Now what else we got coming up? We got the Charlo brothers. I already got that. If you ain't seen the video on the Charlo brothers on their upcoming card, y'all check that out. I have yet to do one on Canelo Alvarez because I don't even know who Canelo Alvarez is fighting yet. They haven't picked his opponent from what I understand. I looked on BoxRec. I didn't see anybody. But when they put it up there, I will give you opinion, my prediction in that fight. But please check out the Charlo brothers videos that I made on that upcoming fight. You know, September 26th, that's supposed to be going down. So y'all check into them videos for me, please. And what else going on in boxing? Mike Tyson, as we know, Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. I'm rolling with Mike Tyson in that fight. I know Dillian White will be fighting August the 22nd. I know that's going to be a card. September, you know, like as I just said, the Charlo brothers will, I mean, not the Charlo brothers, but Errol Spence Jr. and Danny Garcia will be fighting in November, you know, 4 months from now. And that's majority of all the fights worth talking about is coming up. Yeah, that's what majority of the fights talking about coming up. Other than that, you know, I don't know too much about who was coming up in the fight. Let me see. Jeff Horn versus. I got to do a video on this. You know, Jeff Horn is gonna fight Costa Tszou's son, Tim Tszou. If I'm mistaken, that's his name, Tim Tszou. You know, if you check out that press conference on there, you know, Jeff Horn basically telling Tim Tszou, you know, like you wouldn't have got this fight if it wasn't for your father's name. you know, your father's a legendary fighter or whatever, but basically the only reason he's getting his fight is because his father is who he is. So this is a fight for Tim Tszyu to go out there and prove himself, to show that he got the goods, that he's just as good as his father. Now, in my opinion, I don't think he's gonna go out there and show out, because when it comes to sons who are children of boxers, they're not as hungry as their fathers. You know, they grew up a little better, more money, you know, didn't struggle. I don't think they have the same fire in them as their fathers. You know, in my opinion, Shane Mosley Jr. proves that. A list of other fighters that are juniors proves that, besides Floyd Mayweather Jr. And the reason Floyd Mayweather was so disciplined in boxing because his father made him. He checked him. You know, these dudes, you know, they growing up rich. They don't have that fire, that hunger in them like their fathers had. So I think that's one of the reasons that they don't fulfill their father's shoes, is because they don't have the hunger. But we got Adrian Broner. You know, he's saying he coming back. He'll fight at 140. I think that's a good division to go back to. I think he'll be real powerful and strong at 140. I think Adrian Broner beat a lot of them up at 140. Joe Joyce and Chris Dubois, they supposed to fight. You know, they taking their step up fights as of right now. Chris Dubois, he has another fight he has to do in order for them two to meet. I think that Chris Dubois is gonna knock Joe Joyce out. That's what I think. I think the Juggernaut gonna get knocked out in that fight. We got Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez coming up. I told y'all who I'm riding with. I'm riding with Lomachenko all the way in that fight. I don't think Teofimo Lopez is ready for what Lomachenko brings to the table. Now, true enough, when you look at Teofimo Lopez, he's fast, strong, has skills. Impressive what he did to Comey. But Comey is not Lomachenko. And in my opinion, you have to remember that Teofimo Lopez just went against a guy that was an Asian fighter, taller guy, doesn't have the skills of Lomachenko, the footwork of Lomachenko, the speed of Lomachenko, and was getting hit on, was getting hit quite a bit. Now, if that happened to him in that fight, what do you think Lomachenko would do to him? And it's just my opinion. You can disagree, you can comment, you can tell me how you feel. But if a lesser opponent did that to Teofimo, what do you think a superior elite fighter like Lomachenko would do to him? Now, Teofimo Lopez has that puncher's chance. Like, Lomachenko can be dropped. Linares showed that. You catch him coming in, you can drop him. But I just see it a whole totally different way than everybody thinking. Teofimo Lopez has the goods. He is a good fighter. But I just don't believe that he can beat Lomachenko. That's my opinion. That's just my opinion on it. Now, the other 135 pounders, Devin Haney, Tank, Ryan Garcia, Teofimo will get them hell. They're going to have to come with their A game against Teofimo. That's why I feel that his father is rushing him. Now, if he beat him, that's all good. I just feel like he ain't ready for him yet. I feel like his father is rushing him. And that's why he shouldn't be taking his fight, because I feel that Teofimo could beat the rest of them. But this fight right now shouldn't be taken by him. You gotta look at it like this. Lomachenko is even willing to fight to Teofimo Lopez, but he gave up a belt to Devin Haney. So that should show you the confidence in Lomachenko of beating Teofimo Lopez. He gave Devin Haney a belt not to fight him. But he willing to step in the ring with Teofimo. It's some type of confidence there. It's some type of confidence. I don't even know why Lomachenko didn't just fight Devin Haney. I don't see what everybody sees in Devin Haney. Devin Haney is another fighter that has fought nobody. True enough, he was given a belt, he was ducked, but he has fought nobody. He on the Virgil Ortiz level to me. Like, he fought nobody. We got Tank versus Leo Santa Cruz. Another cherry pick. The reason I say that because Tank gonna come in bigger than this dude. He gonna hurt Leo Santa Cruz quick. He gonna hurt him quick. Don't know who Terence Crawford next opponent is. But Terence Crawford is saying that he's willing to step in the ring. He ain't taking no pay cut. He'll go in there without the audience or without the crowd in there. He said, but he ain't taking no pay cut. He's saying no pay cut in his contract. Manny Pacquiao still ain't announced the fight yet. That's a great fight. But Manny Pacquiao talking about he want to fight Mikey Garcia. But hold on, and it's interesting too. Now that I brought it up, it was an ESPN interview where they was talking to Terence Crawford about, and they said, "Why didn't you fight Manny Pacquiao?" Terence Crawford explained to them, "Manny Pacquiao is ducking me. He didn't want to fight." Now Terence Crawford has no opponent right now. Manny Pacquiao has no opponent right now. Manny Pacquiao can unify the belts by fighting Terence Crawford. He hasn't gave him a call nor talked about fighting Terence Crawford. But people say that Terence Crawford was crazy when he said that Manny Pacquiao ducked him. He ducking him now. He don't have a fight schedule. What's better than trying to take a belt from Terence Crawford? You going after Mikey Garcia. You want Mikey Garcia, but Terence Crawford right here with another title. All you got to do is fight Errol Spence Jr. All he has to do if he beats Terence Crawford is fight Errol Spence Jr. Manny Pacquiao will be undisputed at 147. But you want to go fight Mikey Garcia. So I don't want to hear people saying that Terence Crawford ducked Manny Pacquiao no more. That I just proved to you that was a lie. Because it's easy for him to just fight this man right now. Al Heyman, Bob Arum, they did it before. Floyd Mayweather. So what's the problem? Yeah. No more, no smoke, no smoke. No smoke, no smoke. Well, y'all ain't talking, man. Somebody comment. Let's talk about this boxing. Y'all hit that like button. Let's talk about this boxing. Hit that like button. Please comment and subscribe to the channel. Y'all talk to me about what's going on out here in boxing, man. As usual, y'all, still no word on the Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury glove situation. You know, that's gonna be swept up under the rug entirely. I see that. You know, these are some of the reasons us as boxing fans fall out of love with the sport that we love for situations like this. Mm. I want to know. I want to see Shakur Stevenson unify, man, or move up. I really want to see Shakur Stevenson move up. I want him to go out here and get at a lot of these dudes that's out here talking a lot of this smack in boxing. Because I think Shakur Stevenson has the goods. He over there training with Floyd. I wanted to see the Regis Prograis versus Maurice Hooker fight, man. That would have been a good fight. We got Ryan Garcia and Luke Campbell. They talking about they want to fight. I was hoping that Ryan Garcia would fight Linares, but he's not. I think Ryan Garcia is the goods. I think Ryan Garcia is the goods. But we ain't seen him in a competitive fight yet. Now, I think that, honestly, I'm going to speak this. I think that Ryan Garcia is such a pretty boy that once he gets in a troublesome, I think he a Victor Ortiz, y'all. That's what I think Ryan Garcia is. A Victor Ortiz. When he get in that fight with that real one, he gonna have second thoughts about boxing because he on that pretty boy shit. You know, that Instagram and talking about being a model and all that. I think once his eye gets swole, a nose get broken in a fight, and he can't see or some shit, he gonna go thinking about his modeling contract and shit like that, and he gonna quit. But I still got him being tanked the fuck up. But yeah, I think Ryan, once he get in there with that real dog, that dude who, you know what I'm saying, go at him, go to that body, clinch him, you know what I'm saying, you know, basically Solito him, I think they're going to break Ryan Garcia. I think they're going to break him. But I like Ryan Garcia. But I know he'll beat Tank. I know he'll beat Tank. Who else? And also with the Terence Crawford situation with the Rondo guy. I can't remember his name. I think his name was Randall Cunningham or something like that. You know, Kavaliauskas beat the guy named Randall, who saying that he beat Terence Crawford in the amateurs, who Terence Crawford admitted beat him in the amateurs. You know, Kavaliauskas beat Randall. You know, so, you know, a lot of people say Randall ain't nobody, but it's a lot of people saying right now Kavaliauskas ain't nobody. A lot of people saying that. But he beat the guy that beat Terence Crawford in the amateurs. But when Terence beat Kavaliauskas, he's a nobody. Kavaliauskas was undefeated. But he's a nobody. But he beat the guy that beat Terence in the amateurs. You see? You know. I told y'all, man, I be on that boxing, man. I be on that boxing, man. Well, just wanted to get on once again. I wanted to talk to y'all about some boxing, but I see nobody wants to talk tonight. I guess that just means I'm doing a good job by, you know, coming and talking to you guys about what I feel about the sport. So I understand if you don't want to comment, you know. So I mean I'm doing something right. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I truly do, man. Y'all be safe out here. Take care of your loved ones. Take care of yourself. Enjoy the rest of your night, man. And like I always tell y'all, help as many people as you can, but don't be stupid for nobody. You can't do that though. If you like to donate to the channel, you know where to go. PayPal, you know, Cash App connected to the channel. Nickel, dime, quarter, penny, it don't matter. Most of all, I thank y'all tuning in, viewing me. This is Easy Work Boxing. I'm out.